Have you ever watched two dancers have the same bad heat? Same floor, same judges, same music, and one walks off laughing, recalibrating, and ready for the next round while the other one spirals for the rest of the competition? The difference isn't talent, it isn't experience, it isn't luck. It's what their brain has learned to expect. Today, we're talking about learned optimism and how ballroom dancers can train it. Hey, it's your pal, the Dancing Housewife, and welcome back to another episode of the Dancing Housewife podcast where we talk about ballroom dance, mindset, identity, and what it takes to stay emotionally strong in a sport that gives you very little certainty and asks for a lot of your heart. In the last episode, we talked about learned helplessness. What happens when effort stops feeling worth it? Today is the other side of that coin, because here's what matters. Some dancers experience setbacks and keep growing. Others experience the same setbacks and slowly shut down. That difference is not personality. It's learned. It's training. Learned optimism is the idea that hope, confidence, and resilience are skills, not traits. It comes from the same research we discussed last time, Martin Seligman. After studying helplessness, Seligman asked a different question. Why do some people persist, even in difficult, unfair, or ambiguous situations? His answer? Optimistic people don't experience less failure, they interpret failure differently. For ballroom dancers, learned optimism shows up as, that heat was rough, but I know what to fix. This judge doesn't love me, but somebody else might. Today didn't go well, that doesn't define my dancing. I'm still learning this style. Optimism isn't denial, it's adaptive explanation. After the original learned helplessness research, Seligman and later researchers discovered something critical. When subjects are taught to reinterpret setbacks as temporary, specific, and changeable, their motivation and persistence returns, even after repeated failures. This is where the idea of learned optimism comes from. The takeaway is simple but powerful. Your explanatory style, or the way you explain adversity, failure, and setbacks to yourself, can be trained. Ballroom dancers are especially vulnerable to pessimism. Why? Ballroom dance quietly trains pessimism when you internalize judging as a verdict on your worth, when you receive inconsistent or unclear feedback, when you tie self-esteem to your placements, when you rely on one authority figure for interpretation, when you feel pressure to be grateful instead of honest. When something goes wrong, the brain fills in the blanks, and without intentional training, those explanations often become, I'm bad at this, they don't like me, I'll never get this, what's the point? That's not realism, that's untrained interpretation. This matters, so let's be clear. Learned optimism is not ignoring bad results, pretending judging is fair, forcing gratitude, smiling through confusion. Optimism says, this was hard and I still have options. It's grounded, it's honest, and it preserves agency. Here's what optimism training looks like on the dance floor. Number 1, separate the event from your identity. A bad heat is an event. It's not a verdict. It's not what you're worth. Number 2, get specific. This didn't work is paralyzing, but my timing was late in the first half is actionable. Number 3, control what you can control. This includes things like effort, posture, timing, preparation, communication, recovery. Don't waste energy and mental resources on what you cannot control. Number 4, change the inner language from I always and I never to today or in this moment or yet. Number 5, build evidence, not hype. Confidence grows through patterns, not pep talks. Optimistic dancers don't say everything happens for a reason. They say, I can learn something from this without letting it define me. That's emotional maturity, not naivety. In closing, ballroom dance will always include unclear judging, subjective opinions, bad days, disappointment. Learned optimism doesn't remove those things. It just keeps them from breaking you. If you've ever wondered why some dancers stay light, resilient, and engaged, even when things don't go their way, it's not because they care less, it's because they've trained their mindset, which leads to mental strength, and you can too. Thanks for joining me today. If this episode resonated, share it with a dancer who needs permission to stay hopeful without being unrealistic. Drop a comment, write a review, tap 5 stars, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a ballroom tip. And remember, optimism is not something you're born with, it's something you practice. This is the Dancing Housewife signing off, and until next time, happy dancing!
That's all, folks.